Hey everyone, welcome to the Autoimmune Dietitian YouTube channel. My name is Annie. I'm a registered dietitian and I work with people struggling with autoimmune diseases. In my work with my clients, I help them use both food and lifestyle as a way to improve their symptoms and hopefully give them their lives back. So travel is really stressful, and so is traveling with food sensitivities. And my clients always ask for help navigating travel because it can be really hard when you're following a strict elimination diet and you don't want to mess it up. So today I'm giving you my top tips for traveling this holiday season with or without food sensitivities, because let's face it, this traveling is just a nightmare during the holidays. And so anything that I can give you that will help alleviate that issue, I'm happy to do so. I probably don't need to attach my usual disclaimer to this video because this is just general travel tips, but obviously if you make any changes to your kind of general eating habits, you should definitely contact your own medical provider and check in with them. And then this is, obviously for informational purposes only. So my first tip is to bring your own food. I cannot stress this one enough for traveling, especially with dietary restrictions. Yes, airports are getting a lot better at having a lot of more variety of food options, cleaner food, more dietary, accommodating more dietary needs, but still expect to not be able to buy anything when you are traveling. I really want you to bring your own meals and snacks. If you find something that's better, amazing, great, but it's always good to have a backup plan so you do not go hungry. Also, do not depend on airplane meals, even if you specify dietary restrictions. Most meals, especially in economy, will not work for you. Believe me, I've tried, and you may have a few items here or there, but it's really not enough for a full meal. And I always bring a meal on the plane, even when I'm flying business class, which is very rare these days. My meal usually trumps anything that's being served on a plane anyway. And also just to be careful about food safety, because if your meal is perishable, you want to try to eat it at the beginning of the flight. Otherwise, opt for non-perishable foods for later on in the flight. My second tip is to investigate restaurants near your travel destination. So this is actually one of my favorite things to do before I travel, is to find restaurants that can accommodate my dietary restrictions, like gluten-free and dairy-free. Those are kind of my two main ones, but I typically put together a Google Doc of all the restaurants, cafes, grocery stores near my hotel or house that I'm renting, and that way I'll know where I can eat in a pinch and where I can pick up food in case the hotel doesn't have good room service or doesn't have a mini fridge. I also make dinner reservations in advance. This takes the stress away from finding a place to eat that works. You can also call call the restaurant in advance to ask if they will be able to accommodate you. My next tip is have zero expectations when it comes to time. So yes, in an ideal world, or if you live in like Germany or Switzerland, everything would be on time, but it's not, and especially during the busy travel season. So please do yourself a huge favor and bake in extra time for everything. That includes parking, checking bags, security lines, airport shopping, rental cars, traffic. The number one most stressful thing when you travel is time pressure. Whether you are running late or things slow you down or you just don't make it when you expect to make it, all of these things just add stress to your travel day. So if you throw all of your time expectations out the window, nothing will disappoint you. My rule of thumb when it comes to traveling over the holidays is you want to estimate how long everything will take and then add an additional 45 to 60 minutes. That way it'll give you a nice buffer for the unexpected things that are thrown in your path. My next tip, pack a few days in advance. So most people pack the night before the trip, and this is a huge mistake. So please give yourself a good 3 to 4 day buffer for packing. That way, if you are missing something, you have time to go and get it. Also, make a packing list before packing. This will help you stay organized, and then there'll be less of a chance that you forget something. I always have a packing list, and then I rewrite my packing list for all the things that I need last minute and have that on a separate sheet. And then as I'm leaving the house, I'm crossing things off the list and making sure I have everything, because if you don't have a list, you will likely forget it. My next tip and my last tip is to get organized before you leave. So I personally like to have everything in one place before I leave for the trip. I like to have my hotel reservations, my car reservations, my plane information, my documentation, anything that I'll need, I put in one place. Also, do your research. Research your destination for the things that you need right away. Like, where does the Uber pick up at the hotel airport? I pick up at the airport for the hotel. Do I need a shuttle for the car rental? Is my hotel within walking distance of restaurants that work for me? Having a game plan when you can land can lessen the stress of being in a strange new place. Also, if you have kids, they will feel less stressed if you are confident in where you need to go and what you need to do. So just to recap, we focused on travel tips. Again, my biggest advice to you: bring your own food, plan, get organized, bake in extra time. There's so many things that can go wrong when you travel. So if you're trying to minimize the amount of things that can go wrong, you will be less stressed and a lot happier once you get to your destination. So thank you for joining me today. If you don't follow or subscribe to my YouTube channel, please hit the little subscribe button. I do try to put these videos out, every week or so, although this holiday season it's been a little bit more sporadic. But starting in January, I will be more on a weekly basis. And if you are looking for someone to help you with your autoimmune disease in the new year, I would love to chat with you. If you go up to my profile, there should be a link to book a free discovery call. I am accepting appointments now for January, so you can do that, get on my list, and then hopefully I can help you reach your health goals. So thank you for joining me, and I will see you next time.